Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to English class. My name is Teacher Becky. Can you say hi, Teacher Becky?
Hi, Teacher Becky.
Good job. What's your name?
My name is Cici.
Shishi. Nice to meet you. Shishi, how old are you?
I'm 11.
11 years old. Say, I'm 11 years old.
I'm 11 years old.
Good job. All right. What else? Shishi, tell me, what do you like? What do you like? For example, let me show you. I like, what do I like?
Cat.
Cats. I like cats. What do you like? Do you like cats?
No, I don't.
Sorry, what do you like?
I like pandas.
Oh, you like pandas. Me too. They're cute. Why do you like pandas? Because they're fat or
There is cute.
they're cute. They are cute. All right, so you like pandas. You're 11 years old. What do you like to do? I like to I like to read books. What do you like to do?
I
I I like to
I like to play ping pong.
ping pong. That's fun. I like that game too. Okay, Shishi, nice to meet you. Um, you did a great job introducing yourself in English. You get a star. Okay, so let's look at our lesson today. What do you see in the picture?
Mm,
What do you see?
a girl.
Yeah, it's a girl. What is she doing?
She is play
She's playing. What is she playing with? What is this?
water.
Yes, good. Can you say a complete sentence? She is playing with.
She is play with the water.
Good, Shishi. Look at her face. How does she feel?
She's happy.
She's happy. That's right. How do you play with water? Do you like to play with water too?
Yes.
How do you play with water? Do you splash in the water? Look,
Yes.
I have some water right here, and I can splash in the water. What else can I do with water? Hmm, I
Swim.
can swim in the water. Do you like to swim?
Yes.
Me too. Good, good. What else can you do in the water? Hmm. This is what we're going to talk about today. Okay, we're going to talk about what we can do with water. Let's see. What else can we do with water? We can put things in the water, right? So what happens if I put this ball in the water? What will happen? Hmm. Do you think it will float on top or sink down? What do you
Slow
think?
up.
Float?
Float.
Float. Let's see if it floats. Let's see if you're right. Let's see. Look! Awesome! You were correct. It floats on the water. Good. Why? Why does it float? Hmm. I don't know. Hmm. Can you think of a question that you can ask about our lesson today?
Yes.
What do you want to know? I want to know, why does a ball float? Hmm. Or what kinds of things sink? Can you think of any good questions? No?
No.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so the little girl is playing here with a jar. She fills it with water. Okay, so let's see what happens next.
I am Eva.
Who is this?
He is Pete. She is Eve. We are pals. These are pups.
All right, so who is in our story here? Who is this?
Eva.
Eva, good. And who is this?
Pete.
Pete. He is Pete. Good job. And who are they?
They are people.
People? These are people. We are people, right? You mean pups or
Pup.
puppies. Yeah, there are two puppies. And who is this?
Eve.
Eve. Good. So we have Eva, Pete, and Eve. And they are what? What's this word? Can you read it? Whoops, sorry. We have P-A-L-S. Pals. They
Yeah.
are pals. What is a pal? What does that mean?
Pet.
Pals just means friends. They are friends. Pishi, do you have friends?
Yes.
Good. How many friends do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Mm.
Do you have one friend? One good friend?
Yes.
Good. All right. All right. So you identified the characters. Nice job. Okay, let's see what's next. Let's open the door. What does this say? Can you read for me? Pete?
Pete and Eva went to the store. What did they buy?
What did they buy at the store? What do you see in number 1? Which store do they go to? What store do they go to?
Shopping.
Good. Let's see. Can you keep reading here? Pete?
Pete and I took a day off. We stopped at a store to do some shopping.
Good. So where did they go? Where did they go? They went to the
store.
store. Is the store open or closed?
Open.
Nice. Good skills. Good looking at the picture skills. Okay. What happened next? Ooh. Ooh, what do you see here? Where is she? Where's Eva? What do you see here? What are these?
What are these?
What do you see? I see. What's this?
Book.
A book? And what are these?
Water.
Yeah, they are flasks. These are
Flask.
flasks filled with liquids. I don't know if it's water, but there are liquids of different colors and they're bubbling. Where is she? Where is Eva? Where is she? What do you think? Oh, let's look at some new words. Okay? This is experiments. Can you say that? Experiments.
Experiment.
Good. What are experiments? That means something that is done as a test. For example, look at the picture. The person is doing an experiment, doing a test, testing a liquid. Here's an example. Can you read the example? We will do.
We will do some experiments with water.
Good. Let's try that word again. Experiment.
Experiment.
Good job. All right. One more time. Experiments.
Experiment.
Okay. Now read the sentence again. We will do.
We will do some experiments with water.
Excellent. Good job, Shishi. You worked hard to say that word correctly. So we will do an experiment. We will test the water. We will try different things in the water. Okay. What's this word? This is easier.
Tub.
It's a tub. Good. That means a wide container that holds something. This is a tub. What does this tub hold?
Clothes.
Clothes. Good. Can you read the sample? The
The
clothes.
clothes are in the red tub. Red
Good.
tub.
Red tub. Good. What's your favorite color? Do you like red? Like me?
Yes.
I like red too. All right. Next word. What's this? Salt. Good. I have some salt right here. See? And you put it on your food and it's a white substance, right? A natural white substance that is used especially to flavor food. Okay? Can you read the sample? He adds.
Salt to his food.
Good. Shishi, do you add salt to your food?
Yes.
Yes, me too. I like salt. I like the flavor. It tastes good. All right. What else do we have? What's this word? Float.
Float.
Float. Good. Float means to be on top of the water. Just like, remember, the ball floats. See, it floats. In the picture, the inner tube floats, right? Let's see. Yes, the inner tube floats on the water. So it means to be carried along on top of the water. Can you read the example? The inner tube.
The inner tube floats on the water.
Good. Try again. Float. Float.
Float.
Good. Much better. Float. Do you like to float on an inner tube?
No.
Yes or no? No, you don't?
No.
Do you like to float on your back in the water?
No.
No? You don't like to float. Okay. I like to float. It's very relaxing. Next word. This is what?
Sink.
Sink. Sink. So the egg, it goes down in the water. So we say it sinks. It sinks to the bottom. So to go down below the surface of the water. Can you read the example? Whoops. What does it say? The
egg sinks.
Good. What else sinks in the water? What's another example? What else would sink? Can you think of another example of something that would sink? Like, what do you think? Let's try something else, another object, like, do you think my glasses, I have some glasses here, do you think they will float or sink?
Sink.
Let's see if you're right. Ah, yes, it sinks down. You're right. It goes inside the water. Something else that would sink I can think of would be like a rock. Something heavy sinks, right? Something light floats. All right, very good.
People.
People? Do people sink or do people float?
Sink.
They sink. Yeah, some people sink, but if you lay out like this with your head back, you can float too. Some people can float. All right, let's look at our story. A day, what's the title? Can you read it?
A day at water camp.
A day at water camp. That's right. What do you think this story is about? What do you see in the picture?
Children.
Children. Where are they? Where are the children? Are they at their house?
Yes.
I don't know, maybe. It looks like they're at a bus stop. They're waiting for what? What is this?
Bus.
The bus. So where are they going?
Water camp.
They're going to water camp. That's right. Do you like to go to camp?
Yes.
Yes? Good. And what will they do at water camp? What do you think they will do? What do you think they will do? Do you think they will experiment? What will they experiment with? I think they will experiment with this. What's this?
Water.
Water. They'll experiment with water. Hi, we have a new student. Hi, Stu.
Hi.
Hi there. Welcome to English class. My name is Teacher Becky. Can you say hi, Teacher Becky?
Hi, Teacher Becky.
All right. And we also have another student. Can you introduce yourself?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Chinese name or English name?
Yeah, what's your English name?
York.
Yoke? I thought it was Stu. Under your name, it's under your picture, it says Stu. That's not your English name?
Yeah.
Can we call you Stu? Can I call you by the name Stu? Is that okay?
Hey.
All right. And we also have, can you say hello, Shishi? Say hello. Hello, Stu. Don't want to say hello? Okay, well, we have Shishi, Stu, and I'm Teacher Becky. And Stu, we're talking about, we're going to read a story today called, can you read the title, Stu? What's the title?
The day at water camp.
A day at water camp. Yeah, good. So the students in the picture are going to take a school bus to camp. And they're going to do some experiments with what? What's this?
Water.
Water. Right. Okay. Good job. Welcome, Stu. Let's see what's next. Okay, let's take turns reading here. Shishi, can you read for us? Can you read? Oops, sorry. Can you read this part here?
Yeah.
Shishi. This will be
This will be a fun day for me. Our class is going on a trip to water camp.
Good job, Shishi. Stu, can you read next? Good job, Shishi. Can you read next, Stu? We get on the...
bus. I sit next to Pete and we look at
comics.
comics.
Steve and
Steve
Zeke
and Zeke
tell
tell
jokes.
jokes.
Okay. Good job, Shishi. Now, let's look at the pictures. Where are the children in this picture? Stu, where are they?
They are reading books.
They are reading books. That's what they're doing. Where are they reading books?
In bus, school
They're
bus.
Good. They're on the school bus. Excellent. Okay. And it says, Pete and I, what are they doing? Shishi, what are they doing? Pete and I.
Reading a book.
Yes. Well, they're reading a book called a comic book. That means it has lots of pictures, like with Spider-Man and adventure. So, yes, we have Eva and Pete are reading comics. And what are Steve and Zeke doing in the back of the bus?
They are tell jokes.
They are telling jokes. Good job, Stu. Good use of reading the text. Good evidence. Stu, can you read the last part of the story? Can you read, Stu? Eve sings solo. Can you read? Because no one will sing. Stu, can you read? Eve? Okay, Shishi, can you read for us? Eve sings solo.
Eve sings solo
Because no one
will sing before Eve
finishes singing.
finish singing. We are at water camp.
Good reading, Shishi. Good job. So what do the kids do on the bus? What does Eve do? La 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 la.
Eve sings solos because no one will sing.
Good. Eve sings solo. Good job, Stu. And who can tell me what do Pete and Eva do? Look at comics. That's right. And what do the boys do? Zeke and Steve? Tell jokes. Okay, great. How does the author feel in the story? Remember, who's telling the story? Who's this? What's her name?
Eva.
Eva, she's the author. She's speaking. How does she feel in the story?
She's happy.
How do you know? Good job, Shishi. Why is she happy? How do you know? She's happy because where is she going?
Waterland.
Water camp. And she thinks it will be a fun day. Do you think camp is fun?
Yes.
All right. Next, Stu, your turn, okay? Can you read for us? At the camp?
At the camp, Mr. Kevin tells us we will do some biscuit tests or
Experiments
with water.
Okay, so who is this? Mr.
Kevin
Cleve.
Clive
Mr. Cleve. And what does he say? Stu, what will they do?
tells us we will do some
Basic tests
tests
or experiments.
experiments with water.
Good job, Stu. All right. Next. Shishi, can you read next? He fills
He fills a big tub with water. Then we
predict
predict which
objects
objects will float,
float
and
and
which
objects
objects will sink.
will sink. Very good reading, Shishi. Okay, let's look at the picture. What's this? Who can tell me? What's this?
Water.
Okay, there's water in this thing. This is called a tub. It's a
Tub.
big tub filled with water. Good. And the students are going to predict. That means, they will think, what will happen next? I'm going to predict. So they're going to take different objects like, what's this in the picture? The
Oh,
first object is a ball. Good. So they will predict, will the ball float or sink? What do you think? Make a prediction. Shishi,
Float.
what do you think? Will the ball float or sink down?
float.
Float. Let's make a sentence. Say, I predict that the ball will float. I predict, let's write it out. I predict that the ball will float. Can you read that? I predict that the ball will.
That the ball will float.
Do you agree, Stu? Will the ball float? That means on top of the water, or will it sink down? What do you think? Float or sink? Shishi says the ball will float, right? Do you think the ball will float or sink down in the water?
Float.
Yes, Shishi thinks it will float. Do you agree, Stu? Yes or no? What are you doing, Stu? Float or sink? Float or sink? Float
Float.
or sink? Float. Okay, you agree. It will float. Let's see if you're right. All right, so it says, what happened next? Stu, can you read next? Mr. Cleve.
Mr. Clive filled 2 tubs with water and puts it in one tub. He gets 2 eggs.
Okay, so he got how many tubs?
2
2 tubs filled with them with water and 2 what? What are these?
eggs.
Eggs. And he filled 1 tub with what? What did he put in 1 tub? Remember?
Salt.
Salt. Good. So he put salt in 1 tub of water. What will happen if you put salt in the water? I wonder. Shishi, can you read next? I will put 1 egg.
I will put 1 egg in the teach tub. Which egg will sink and which will float? Mr.
Cleve asks. Good. Next.
We find out that the egg in salt water floats.
So what happened? What makes 1 egg sink and 1 egg float? Let's look at the pictures again. Shishi, look at this egg. Did it sink or float?
Float.
I see it under the water. It sank in number 1.
Sink.
Number 1, it sank. Good.
Sink.
Look at the second picture. Stu, did it sink or float?
Float.
It floats. Good. What makes an egg sink? What did they add to the water? What makes the egg sink?
Salt.
Salt. Good job, Shishi. Yes. It says we will find out that egg in salt water floats. So which one has salt water? Number 1 or number 2?
What?
Number 1 makes the eggs sink. This has salt in it. Interesting. Why? I wonder why. All right, next page. Whose turn is it to read? Let's see. How about I help us along? I'll read this part. Then Mr. Cleve fills a tub with water and drops in an orange. What happens to the orange?
Float.
It floats. Mr. Cleve asks, can you read this part, Stu? Mr. Cleve asks,
Mr. Green asks, how can we make these oranges sink?
how can we make the orange sink? What do you think, Stu? What could they do to the water so that the orange sinks? What do you think? Or what could we do to the orange to make it sink? Any ideas? Shishi, do you have an idea?
Sink.
Cut the skin off the orange.
Ah, you're looking ahead. Good job, Stu. That's right. You cut off the skin of the orange and then it will sink. We find out that if you cut the skin off, it will sink. The skin has air pockets that make it float. Did you know that? I didn't know that. I learned something new today. All right. Next page, Shishi, your turn. At last.
At last, Mr. Cleve takes us to a point.
Good. Stu, your turn. He tells us.
He tells us
Stu, hold on. Shh, shh. Stu's turn. Can you read the next page, Stu?
stop and think. Will you float or will you sink? Let's find out.
Okay, so where did the children go? Shishi, where did they go?
Swim.
They go swimming, but where? In a swimming pool? No. What's this?
Sea.
It's a pond. It's a
Pond.
small area of water called a pond. And what does Mr. Cleve want the children to do? Stu? What does Mr. Cleve want the children to do?
Swim in the pond.
Okay, good, Shishi. Swim in the pond. Why? What does he want the children to find out? Will you float or will you? What's this?
Sea.
Float or sink? Float or sink? What do you think? If the children go in the pond, can you make a prediction? Shishi, will they float or will they sink? What do you think? I think they will. Uh-oh, Shishi's frozen. Stu, what do you think will happen? Will they float or will they sink down?
Float.
You think they will float? Okay. Why? Why do you think so? Because they are light or heavy?
Light.
Okay, so they will float because they're light. Shishi, do you agree? Do you think the children will float or sink in the
Float.
pond? Float. So you agree with Stu. Why? Because they're light? Let's see if Stu is right. If you're both right. What happens? Okay, whose turn is it to read? Can you read? Stu. Stu, your turn. We jump.
In. We jump in. We can float and sink. It's the best.
What's this word? Experiment.
Experiments at water camp.
All right, good job. Stu, what's this word?
We jump in. We can float and sink. It's the best.
What's this word? Experiment.
Experiment at water camp.
So what happened? Do they float or do they sink? Let's look at this boy right here. Did he float or sink?
Float.
He floats. And this boy?
Float.
He floats. And in the boat?
Float.
Right. If they didn't have a boat, would they sink?
No.
Maybe. I don't know. It says we can float and sink. So they can float and sink. All right. So what are they doing in the picture? What do the kids do? What do they do?
Play.
They play. They're playing on the inner tubes. And where are these children? What's this? Stu, do you know?
Boat.
It's a boat. They're riding a boat. Okay. So look here at this chart. Tell me one thing, Shishi, one thing that floats in the experiment.
Egg in salt water. Oranges with skin.
Oranges with skin, they float. Good. Eggs in salt water float. Eggs in regular water sink. Stu, what else sinks? One more thing. What sinks?
Eggs in the water. Orange with no skin.
No skin. Okay, Shishi, shh. Let me ask Stu now. Stu, what floats in the water? Tell me one thing.
Excess water. Salt.
Eggs in water sink. Eggs in salt water float. Okay, good job. Let's do our own experiment here. Let's see. We have, will the orange, can you read the question, Shishi? Will the orange float or, can you read that for us?
Float.
Will the orange float or sink?
Float.
Let's look at the orange. Let's look at the two sides. Look at this orange. Do you think it will float or sink?
Float.
This one, what do you think, Stu?
Float.
Float? Okay, let's see. What happened?
Sink.
It sank. Good. It sinks. Right. And does this water have salt or no salt?
Sink.
It sinks because there's no salt. What about this egg, Stu? Will the egg float or sink? What do you think? Float
Float.
or sink?
Float.
Float? Let's see.
Sink.
Let's see. Shishi says sink. Let's see who's right. Ah, it sinks. They both sink. Now, let's look over here. Now, can you read the question, Stu? Will the orange
Float or sink?
Okay, Shishi, say, will the orange float or sink?
Float.
Stu, what do you think? Will the orange float or sink? Let's see.
Float.
Stu? Okay, Shishi says float. What do you think, Stu? Stu? Float or sink? Whoops. What's going on? Why is the screen like that? Okay, let's see. Let's go back. All right, so Shishi says float. Let's see if you're right, Shishi. I don't want the marker. I want this, okay? And what does it do?
Float.
Ding, 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 ding. Good job, Shishi. Good prediction. It floats. And what do you think will happen to the egg? Can you read the question, Stu? Say, will the egg
Float.
Shishi. Wait for Stu to ask the question. Will the egg float or sink? Stu, are you there? Okay, Shishi said float. Do you agree, Stu? Float? Let's see if you're right, Shishi. Ah, we put salt in the water first, and then the egg floats. Good job, Shishi. You got it. All right. So what did we learn today? I want you to predict. Look at these new objects. We have different objects here. What do you think will happen with the... What's this? Who knows? Do you think this will float or sink? Show me. Float or sink?
Float.
Float? Good. It's paper, right? It's paper. Let's see if the paper floats or sinks.
Float.
Sink.
You think it will sink, Stu? Okay, let's see. Ah. Ding, ding, ding. Shishi, you are correct. It floats. Can you write a Wait. Then it sank. It floats and then it sank. You were right, Stu. Actually, good job. Stu, can you say the sentence? I know that paper. What does it do? It sinks. I know that paper sinks. Can you say that? Let's look at the next thing. What are these?
Key.
Keys. What will happen? Float or sink?
Sink.
Sink? What do you think, Stu? Stu. Float or sink?
Sink.
Sink. Okay, let's see who's right. You both said sink. And you were correct. Can you say a sentence, Shishi? I know that keys. What?
Sink.
And I
Sink.
know that key sink.
Good job, Stu. All right, last one. Almost finished here. What is this?
Ball.
A ball. Stu, what will happen? Float or sink?
Float.
Float. Do you agree, Shishi? Float? Let's see if you're right. Ding, 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 ding. Good job, guys. Sentence. I know that what? Balls float. Not sink, float. Good. All right. So what did we learn today?
Hi, kiddo. Congratulations, kiddo. Professor David. Hope to see you again in my lab. In my lab. I see that you finished all the water experiments. Did you enjoy these? Those are some amazing experiments. I am busy on my experiments, so let's call it a day.
All right, guys, you get a reward here. What do you want to pick? What reward do you want? Let's see.
Hi, kiddo. Congratulations, kiddo. David. Nice to see you in my lab. I see that you finished all the water experiments.
Don't do it again. We already had
Hope
that.
to enjoy you again in my lab. Those are some amazing experiments. I am busy on my
What's
experiments, so let's call it a day.
All right, I was trying to make something else happen, and the computer went crazy, so sorry about that. But you guys did a great job talking about what can float and what can sink. So now, after class, you can do your own experiments with water. You can add different things and see what happens. Does it make it float or sink? Right? All right. What's one thing you learned today, Shishi? Did you learn anything today?
Yes.
What did you learn?
Sink and float.
Sink and float. Good. What sinks? What else can you try? Do you think this table is going to sink or float? What do you think?
Sink.
Sink? Stu, what do you think? It's
Sink.
very light. Let's see. Oh, look, guys. It floated. It floats because it's made of wood. So wood is very light, right? What do you think would sink? A rock? What about this car? Do you think this will float or sink?
Sink.
Sink? What do you think, Shishi?
Sink.
Let's see. Ah, good job, guys. It sank. What could I do to make it float? What could I add?
Ball.
A ball? Is a ball going to make the car float? Let's see.
Float.
The ball floats, but the car doesn't float. What do I need to add? What should I add to the water to make it float? What's this
Salt.
that you put in the
Salt.
food? Salt. You put salt in the water, and then the car will float because it's the salt is heavier or more dense than the car. Okay, guys, nice to meet you today. Good English. Great job today. Maybe I will see you again. I hope you join Wales English so that you can learn more English. Okay, thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.